Morning, everybody. Kat here. Welcome to the channel. It is Sunday morning, and I think we are witnessing the beginnings of the fall of the House of Sussex. Indeed, Harry and Meghan, it just keeps getting worse. The downward spiral is accelerating, and recent events are just... It's going crazy, folks. We already know that Meghan's reputation, her chance of achieving anything in a professional manner has really, really gone through the floor. You know, A-listers don't want to have anything to do with her. Nobody's clamoring to put her in a movie or the commercial or a sponsorship. You know, here we go again. She's, that silly fake photo shoot with the Adidas outfit on, because I don't know. It's like junior high school stuff. J-Lo's got an Adidas, promotion, so I want one too, and I want to be the face of Dior, so I'll wear this striped sweater, and she does this all the time. Her attitude is pretty much, well, it comes out of a new agey concept called manifesting things, which is just bullshit. But anyway, she kind of is of the opinion, if you say it enough, if you look like you're doing it, for her it's all about optics, because she's got no talent behind anything. All she sees is J-Lo in a tracksuit and, $20 million. She doesn't understand there's actually work. Doesn't understand there's got to be professional relationships. We saw that. Spotify, what a debacle that was. The archetypes. We discovered that producers were doing all the work. She was basically phoning it in. She wasn't even sitting down with her guests, with the exception of, I think, Serena Williams and one or two others. She doesn't want to put in the work at all. She just wants, in all these projects, she's listed herself as executive producer. So she's an executive producer, so in her mind, she should be getting millions of dollars for the expertise of being in it. She's on Harry's, polo show thing as executive producer. It's ridiculous. She has just made an ass of herself since before she joined the royal family and continued to do so. It's just in her downward spiral. The only thing she's got going for her is that she's married to Harry, who is a prince of the British Isles royal family. He is, as they tell us every day, a war hero. He is, as they tell us every day, the man who birthed Invictus. All of this is spin. All of this is what I like to call storefront. Harry's not a war hero. I've said it over and over, and, hopefully people catch on. It was showboating. It was an exercise in image building and spin. They put him into the army. Well, don't you know, in his unit, I don't know how many men there were, but he had about a dozen trained killer Gurkha soldiers guarding him whilst he was in amongst the other servicemen. He was never at risk. Also, he was never a pilot. So where did the, Legends of Aviation Award, up there with a guy who supposedly went to the moon, John Travolta, who at least has a pilot's license and has his own plane, and he's flown big jumbo jets. one Oprah junket years ago, 25, 30 years ago or something. She was taking a whole bunch of people to Australia for some bloody thing. And she, she had John Travolta flying the friggin' plane. At least he knows how to fly a plane. Good grief. He might be a dingbat of the highest order, but at least, that's legitimate. Harry's never flown a helicopter. He never got his license, folks. He never got his wings. He is not a pilot. He is not a soldier. He is not a war hero. The only other thing that the Sussexes have to legitimize their whole gig is that, Harry in the Invictus Games. Number one, he didn't create it. It was patterned after the Warrior Games in America that brought American veterans into the sporting arena and did the thing. Now, Harry, I told this story. When Harry left the army, he was busy falling out of nightclubs, punching photographers, just raising hell and getting into trouble and always in the paper for the wrong things. So the palace needed to find something to occupy this young man, and that's how Invictus was born. They took the template of the Warrior Games. They put Harry's name at the top of it. It was funded by the palace, by the Royal Foundation, which at the time included William and Kate. And indeed, even a couple of years ago when Invictus was in trouble, it was William that threw, a couple of million in there just to keep it going. So Harry and Meghan, even though they whine and bitch and moan about how hard their life is, well, they're still being supported somewhat financially by the King and the British government, whether that's outright handing over cash or things like security. Yeah, the British government's still paying. The palace is still paying. Despite, Harry's numerous lawsuits costing the taxpayer millions of dollars and tying up the courts for years, they're still paying. So the only other thing left that legitimizes Harry is the Invictus Games, and man, oh man. Everything's blowing up right now thanks to his nomination for the Pat Tillman Award, the ESPY. Now, the Pat Tillman Award was created. Pat Tillman had been a football player, getting, and this was in the 90s. I think it was the 90s. Could be wrong. But anyway, he was making, $2-3 million a year on a contract, a very lucrative career. And after 9/11, here we go, 2001, yeah. After 9/11, he was so moved by what had taken place that he left his career as a football player and joined the army. He wanted to fight for his country. And as it turns out, he was killed overseas in Afghanistan by friendly fire. And that even took years to come out. Pat Tillman's mother had to fight with the U.S. government to find out what actually happened to her son. So anyway, in the course of all of this, the Pat Tillman Award was born to celebrate veterans, to celebrate, veterans in sport and, people, not necessarily just only sport, but doing things to help veterans, to help the world, basically, charitable works, doing something for others, you know, humble service towards others, which, you know, the royal family, that's what they strive to do. So, with their work with all the charities and stuff. Now, Harry's been nominated for this award, and Vanessa Williams, that she's going to be presenting him with the award. This is how it's going to go. Right there, you see, ding, 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 ding. This is a PR exercise. Their PR groups have gotten together. I think actually Harry and Vanessa are both, not only are they friends anyway, I think they share representation. So it's just a matter of putting them together. The SB award, these awards are not super well watched, and you know, it's a small niche of football players. And don't get me wrong, and this is one of the reasons that things have gotten so wild, is that football is serious in the States, right? They take their veterans seriously. They take their football seriously. Harry, most people that say would follow football probably don't follow the royal family and don't really know anything about Prince Harry, what he and Meghan have been up to, what the whole thing is all about. All of a sudden, Prince Harry's on their radar because he's been awarded this prize. And so they're like, why the hell is a British prince that doesn't play football, that was not in the American, he has nothing to do with us except he's just here, and this is who the award's going to, and it has proved to be a very controversial decision. A lot of people are seriously upset about the whole thing, including Pat Tillman's mother. There's even been a petition started to take that award away from Harry. And it's been going on for, I'm not sure, since the announcement was made, and it was going up and up and up. And the last couple of days, it seems to have stalled at around the 60,000 signature state. So somehow, I mean, put your foil hat on, but, you know, here we go. Somehow, dissent against the award in terms of the petition has been suppressed. You know, I don't know how they do it, but they're suppressing the vote so that, you know, by tomorrow afternoon there's not 12 million people who have signed the petition to strip Harry of this upcoming award. Sportscasters for ESPN, one of their highest paid sportscasters, come out and said this is like their most embarrassing moment. Like, this is just sheer idiocy what's going on. Nobody agrees with this. But what it's done is put Harry in the crosshairs of the American public. There are a portion of us that have always followed these kinds of things and know what's really going on. Now he's gained a whole new audience to despise him. Yeah, this isn't going to... See, Harry and Meghan and his PR people are of the opinion that, like, the Aviation Award, the Kennedy thing for fighting racism in the royal family, the ESPN, all these kind of awards that are set up for them to receive. Harry thinks that these accolades add to his position of being a very important, notable person that they just can't do without in America. And this will boost his position with his lawsuits for his IPP status and all the jazz, and, you know. So he thinks this is helping his image, but it's not. Meghan's image is already in the toilet. And Harry is plummeting. And this is why you see these puff pieces, these desperate calls for, that they would love to, Harry's looking for a house in London. They want to come back to the royal fold. That's why you're seeing all of these stories, because they're getting desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. I don't think William, who I believe is more in charge than Charles at the moment, by the way, which was the way it was in the last few years of the Queen's life. It was pretty much Charles running the show behind the scenes, acting as regent, though they never came out and said it publicly or legitimized that. I think much the same is going on with William now. And William will never allow Harry and Meghan back. Never. The exile has only just begun, and there's more to come. And just like all my other videos with the time loop, Harry and Meghan and Wallace and Edward, it's happening again. They're getting at that point. I mean, the similarities between the two, the kind of people they support and hang out with, the grifting, the whole thing, and not only is his security, but money. They need the money. He's still burning that, even as a 40-year-old man, Daddy cut him off. Well, he hasn't really. They're still getting all their security and everything paid for, and I wouldn't doubt that more money is coming their way than we know. But there will come a formal break between Harry and Meghan and the palace. That's coming, and that's going to include probably a financial settlement. And I don't think they want so much back in as they want that financial settlement and security, because they're just ain't making it. They're not making it on their own. Because everybody knows their game now. You can only fake it for so long and call yourself an entrepreneur and an actress but if you can't produce any results, that's what people want to see. They want to see results. And there has been none. So, although Harry can, and ESPN, it's just wild. ESPN, even despite all the controversies, doubled down and said, yeah, no, we believe his work with Invictus and his career as a soldier, again, just replicating the myths of Harry's service. Because of all of that, we believe he's a deserving guy. I mean, money changed hands. Money changed hands. And controversy or not, people are going to tune in now. With Prince Harry there, and there's already the talk. Is Meghan going to come with him? Is she going to let him have this accolade to himself? No, they're talking about it. Guarantee you, if he goes and accepts the award, which it looks like is going to happen, he doesn't have the fortitude or integrity to refuse it in support of Pat Tillman's mother. Meghan will be on his arm in another ill-fitting outfit. No doubt she'll be the one. She'll reach over him to grab the award herself. Probably, or grab the microphone. She, the gift that keeps on giving. She just has no idea how to act. So that's what we can look forward to anyway, an appearance by Meghan. That'll be a hoot. But yeah, Even though this looks like to them another accolade they can put on the shelf to prove how wonderful they really are, it's just another sign that their downfall is accelerating. Just my thoughts and opinion. I hope you enjoy it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everybody.